Good morning. I'd like to welcome everybody to Port Royal, and more specifically the Cypress Wetlands Boardwalk, Amphitheater, and stormwater drainage feature. That's for your benefit, Tony, wherever you are. Real quickly, I'd like to thank a number of people who helped this pull this event together through sponsorships. I'd like to thank the Low Country Institute, the Fripp Island Audubon Club, the Sun City Hilton Head Bird Club, the Hilton Head Island Audubon Society, and Applied Technology and Management, obviously Tony here and Bridget here will speak here in a minute, and the YMCA of Beaufort County, which is conveniently located. So just a real quick history before I bring in Bridget and ask Pete to say a few things. Many of you know kind of the history of this project. We had a wetlands here in town. It was isolated, had no outfall. What we did is we created a plan with ATM and Tony and his folks to connect the system that originally had been created by somebody else. And we could hold about 14 to 15 million gallons of stormwater here. Beyond that, one of the central features, which was created a little over 11, 12 years ago, were these isolated islands that serve as kind of a refuge away from some of the predators for our bird population. And so we were real excited. We saw an opportunity to create the amphitheater and create a site that could be used for events like this. I really want to recognize Pete Richards, who helped pull all this together. He's the guy that came up with the concept for the birthday, which we were real happy about, and we were hoping to make this an annual event. And Pete, I think you wanted to point something out for folks.
I just wanted to mention thank you all for coming. We're thrilled to have this good group. But this is such a unique project site. And when we took a look at it, what we do a lot of times is we give tours. And we thought, no, with this, let's just set up stations where we have master naturalists, birders that can help talk about the different sites as you go around. It's a half-mile walk. It's a lovely walk, but you'll see things that you will never get close to again. It's that special. But we'll have people with the yellow little jackets on, and they are birders and master naturalists, and we'll be able to talk about the habitats. We'll be able to talk a little about, show you the birds, and this is a perfect time to see these little creatures and to celebrate the birthday. Thanks.
I'd like to introduce now Bridget Lucier with Applied Technology Management. She's going to give an overview of what you might be seeing in the wetlands and a little bit of background on the project itself.
Thank you, Van. Well, I am a biologist and I work for ATM, and I got involved with this project after things had already gotten started in 1998, 1999. And when I first came here it was only 5 years ago, and in 2008, and my notes from those field visits said, wading birds conspicuously absent. No wading birds were seen. No wading birds, no wading birds. And to come back here just last year in 2012 and to see hundreds and hundreds of wading birds was just amazing. And the neat thing about wading birds, and I'm talking about the egrets and the herons and the wood storks, is that they're an indicator of healthy wetlands and healthy ecosystems. They require a lot of food. They are picky about where they nest. They like to nest in large gregarious colonies. And there was a successful colony here, and then during the drought in 98 to 2003, or 99 to 2003, they disappeared. And the people that got started with this project to dig those moats set the stage for the success that we have here. And some other things that really helped to make this colony so successful is the removal of invasive species, the planting that was done of hundreds of buttonbush and willow and bald cypress trees. All of that set the stage for this incredibly successful wading bird colony that we have now. Some other things that really made the difference was the introduction of that drainage control program and the ability to keep the water levels high enough so that those islands that were created for the birds remain islands and don't become accessible by land from mammals that such as possums, raccoons, even feral cats that will come and prey on the nestlings. So the birds are all set with the water level high enough to keep them on their little islands with a moat around them. There's enough woody debris and vegetation for them to build their nests. All this brush that looks like just dried, dead plants, they use that to build their nests. So that's incredibly important. And the thick brush that you see that you think, gosh, that's really just this dense shrubbery, that's kind of like nature's barbed wire, keeping out predators. So it's important for the birds that remain natural, and it's worked. It's been a tremendous success story. Just a few years ago, or just last year really, there was about half the number of species that we saw just this morning walking around. I keep a checklist of the bird species, and to see this many new species that weren't here even just last spring is an indication of how successful the whole site has been. So it's just amazing. And there's not just wading birds here. You'll see a variety of kind of duck-like birds and birds back in the forest, the raptors flying overhead. There's a pair of hawks that have been circling, the vultures. I mean, it's really just an amazing opportunity for birding and for seeing wildlife. So you should be very proud of this project. It is an amazing success story. And I was looking at some research that's been done on the ideal bird rookery restoration project, and this project meets every single criteria that there is without even making that a specific design between all the people that have been involved. It's just really an A++ project. So you should be very proud of it. I'm very impressed. You could see a lot of birds here today, just casually. You don't have to get up at the crack of dawn. You can just walk down the boardwalk and there they are. So I hope you enjoy it, and thanks for coming to the birthday party.
Well, what I'd like to do now, it wouldn't be a birthday party if we didn't have a birthday cake, and you're not allowed to eat birthday cake unless you sing happy birthday or play along with your kazoo. So whoever, I think Pete will kick us off with happy birthday. Happy birthday. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Lawrence. Thank you. All right, we're cutting the cake. If you guys want to get in line or walk around a little bit, we're going to start it.
You want to hand some plates to the boys and girls behind you? Here's some forks. Here.